with racing, then you'll love the new betting brand for racing fans. With exclusive markets, promotions, insights and content. That's better. Gamble responsibly.
And for the first time in 2023, we take a look at racing in Sydney. It's a big day at Rosehill Gardens, and I'm torn between two lovers here, feeling like a fool, because it's great to have Nick H back to talk racing, but the sad thing is, mate, this is going to be the last time you're on the program. You've sort of come in here and sort of shocked us a little bit because you're moving on, but welcome back firstly.
Yeah, thank you. It's a short spell this time. It's the one run and then retired to stud, but hopefully a successful one start preparation here.
We should mention that you're moving on to a new role at Moonee Valley Racing Club, so that's terrific.
Yeah, still involved in racing, which I'm excited about.
Yep, all right, mate. Well, so you've got, you know what he has to do. Got to finish with a bang.
He has to. He must.
He must.
There's no other option.
Yeah. What we thought we might do is take a look at, because the Magic Millions is on, you're going up there straight after this to sort of do some wheeling and dealing, and there's a lot of talk about 2-year-olds and breeding at the moment. So we thought we might take a look at that 2-year-old race, the first race at Rosehill. It's pretty tricky sometimes, these races, but there seems to be one down the bottom that everyone's sort of arriving at.
Yeah, we've got Steel City down the bottom, a relation to September Run, who, given a couple of trials, and its most recent one, a really hard hit out. And I think that should have her prime for this first up run. The time was slick because obviously they did go out pretty hard there, but the two of them up the front there, they put a big space on the field, and she does look pretty smart.
Looks the one to beat. Shark, this is your sort of wheelhouse, looking at breeding and bloodlines, and you had a good look at some of these, the unraced. Is there any dangers here to this Steel City?
Oh, of course. You're talking about trial and jump out form. You've got to take it to the races, but what I loved was she was ridden out. So we actually got to see her turn a foot, and the gap that they put on the rest of them was like 15 odd lengths. It was huge. So I'm tipping she's got a motor. I know a couple of the owners in the horse, and they've been talking about her.
Yeah, I know a couple of the owners.
For a little while now. I think you might know a couple of them as well.
Oh, I better look it up.
Yeah, one AW Brownless is in there.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And the word from the stable is that could be, well, they think she's stakes class, if not group class.
Yep.
So you'd want to see something pretty good. She's got the pedigree to do it as well, close relation to September Run. I would expect her to go very, very close here. But there's a couple of others in the race, maybe, that on pedigree look really good.
Yep.
General Salute, he's got some good genetic markers. His trials have been good. I like the way he shapes up in Fighter Town. Colt by Snitzel, out of an American mare. We don't see many midshipman mares in Australia, but good broodmare sire, does the job over in America. I think this colt looks like he could be above average too.
You're going to tip Steel City?
I am.
Yeah, I'm going to tip Red Resistance just to be different. It didn't run it was in the same trials. It ran 54.86 rather than, I think it was about 54.9 or something for Steel City. But do I get anything from the breeding?
Well, Heatherly was an exceptional horse. Yeah, really, really quick. Russian Revolution's doing the job as well. Yeah, there's enough there behind her on the page to say that she can go very well as well.
I'm just looking for a better price.
Yeah, well, what price is he?
I don't know. I'll look it up after the program.
Steel City's going to take a lot of the market because, genuinely, some of those owners love a bet. Yeah. So it's going to be pretty short, I think. All
right, that's the 2-year-olds for a bit of a different look at the first race from Rosehill. Nick, now the pressure's on you, mate, on your last program. Your best bet.
Absolutely. Best bet in race 7 with Spacewalk, who resumes here as a gelding, and I think that could be the making of him here. It's a nice race for him to return in, gets in with the lightweight. Comes into it with a nice trial as well. So, look, the Horned Unicorn's absolutely flying. Just a little bit of a tricky gate this time around for him, and I think Spacewalk is the one to beat.
It looks the best bet of the day in Sydney, doesn't it?
Different sort of class, isn't it? Like the Horned Unicorn, the fit, in-form horse, it's been winning well, as you say, but Spacewalk with some genuine stakes form around him. And that trial was everything you wanted to see because he ran in a straight line this time, Nick. Well, in the past, we know he can dart and shift and move around a little bit, particularly late in the race.
Absolutely, and as you mentioned, that 3-year-old form that's around him does look pretty strong compared to what he's up against here.
Well, you're Neil Armstrong, you're Buzz Aldrin, I'm Michael Collins, I'm parking the car, I'm doing laps of the block, I'm the third bloke, I'm going Spacewalk best of the day as well. So, you know, at benchmark 88, just a 53 kilos, ticks all the boxes, doesn't it? So
it does.
We're all walking on the moon here for the best bet. Your next best and also your value bet for the day.
Next best in the last there with Snapped, who returned with a really nice win down in Melbourne. Up in grade a little bit here, but look, she's a progressive mare. She went off the ball a little bit with the the last 2 runs in the last campaign, but started in a Group 3 really short. So they obviously thought she was going really well coming into that. I think she's back on track. I think she gets a win in the last. Value race 8 with Mandaboss. Last 3 runs been beaten less than half a length, placing in all 3 runs there. Again, comes up double digits. I just think it's from not a big stable there, so we get a nice price again. I think it's a good each way play.
Any value for us in Sydney?
Yeah, just a value bet in the last. I like Snapped, hard to beat. I was just worried about the inside gate with the apprentice on. They'll make it pretty difficult for him, I would have thought. Jewellery down towards the bottom. Great win at Canterbury 2 starts ago. And then last time, just a bit soft in the market, got into a really awkward spot, ran on, but not under any great pressure late. I'm thinking with a light weight, she might be able to bounce back at a double-figure price.
I've got one in race number 9, Touristic. So the 2 runs in Australia over the 1500 and the 1800, gets to the 2000, third up, maybe gets to a more suitable sort of distance, and McAvoy sticks. So some good vibes on Touristic. Mate, well, I don't know what to say, except good luck going ahead, and thanks for all your help here on Punters Inside Run.
Thank you, it's been great fun, and as you mentioned, hopefully we're going out with a bang.
And don't be frightened to just keep texting some tips and numbers or whatever. I know you'll still be keeping your eye across the form.
And free Cox Plate tickets.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Look forward to being in the corporate box there at the Valley.
The corporate box, yeah.
Good luck, Nick.
Thanks, mate.
And thanks for joining us. And that was Nick for the last time here on Punters Inside Run, but it's not the last thing we'll do today. After this, all the tips in the big call.
The betting brand for sports fans. That's better. Gamble responsibly.